Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kate.
Thank you. So I said this before, but I'll just say it quickly again. Make sure that if you have your props, that you have collected them and that they're near your mat. Maybe a couple blocks, a cushion, a blanket. And I did say this, if you have a strap, you might want to use it today. It's not completely necessary. So why don't you peek at your screen and make sure that you're muted. And we can get started. And I'm spotlighted so you can see me. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Happy February. Looks like everyone's good. You're all muted. You're all good. Okay. Happy February. Here we are. And this month's theme is I'm going to do pranayama, the breath. So, I kind of feel like that we always talk about the breath. We always practice the breath in our classes together. But I want to kind of pick it apart a little bit in February. We're going to work on one type of breath, and that is extending our exhale. And since a lot of you are regulars, I think it's such a good opportunity for us to work together to really build that. I put a recording up on my website. It's an audio recording. You're welcome to go listen to it. It's literally Katie Hoffman Yoga is the website. And you can find it under my schedule page. And it's going to be what we do today. So if you want to listen to it when you're not in class with me, this might be a nice thing for you to do. Okay, without talking anymore, let's find our most comfortable seat. That can be on a cushion, on a block, on a bolster, or right on your seat. And you can also sit in a chair to arrive. And when we breathe, when we do pranayama together, and even just when we sit and arrive together, the one thing that I always talk about is having a nice long spine. So you can relax your shoulders, but try to pick up a nice long spine where it naturally opens the chest. So you're creating this length in the spine, almost like the crown of the head has a little string on it and it's pulling up towards the sky. Okay. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs, wherever you feel comfortable, palms down or up to you. And then go ahead and close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that. If you don't, you could always gaze down at the ground at a spot. Let's just tap into the breath right away and just feel our natural breath here. So the natural breath is made up of 4 parts without even trying. You have the inhale and a natural little pause. And then you have the exhale and a natural little pause, like 1 second. Some of us have a little bit of a longer pause. So the breath isn't just 2 parts, not just the inhale and the exhale, but 4-part breath is what we're dealing with here. So notice your breath and maybe notice that pause that you never really even picked up on before. And visualizing this idea of the breath, pranayama. Prana means breath or life force. Ayama means to extend. So we're extending our breath. And the thought is inhaling from the top down all of that good stuff, all of the prana, the good fresh air that travels into your body and links up with what you do not need, what is not serving you, and it exits your body through the exhale. So it's really this interesting visualization you can create for yourself of what the breath is actually doing. And then, of course, we have the scientific side of it, right? That when you inhale, taking all of the good oxygen in, and especially for that pause, just having that pause, filling all of your whole body with the good breath, the cells, and then exhaling out. Really settling down that nervous system with the breath. Let's just move away from the breath for a moment here. And I want you to notice your physical body. How does your physical body feel today? Let's especially focus on, let's feel into our shoulders. Feel into the area around your collarbones and your chest. Sometimes we call that area the heart space, where the heart sits there on the left side. And then travel down. See how your abdominal area feels this morning, your hips, even your pelvis maybe, your seat. And notice your legs. Do a little scan of your legs, ending at the soles of your feet. You can go to your arms and your hands and notice those. Just feel into your whole physical body and see how it feels. Okay. Lastly, before we open our eyes together, let's go to our minds, that mind layer, our intellect, and just see what's on your mind this morning, what thoughts or feelings are passing through you. Just notice. And from here, it's nice to set an intention for your practice. So if you're working with something, the same thing all year or maybe all month, you could set that intention now silently to yourself. But if you don't have anything in particular, see what comes up for you this morning. No right or wrong. And then we'll go ahead and just give ourselves one more breath, and we'll open our eyes nice and slow. And I want you to blink your eyes a little bit, kind of give your eyes natural light in a slow way. If you're seated cross-legged like I am on the ground, you can switch the cross of your feet, because we always pick our favorite way to do it, the most comfortable way. But of course, if it's uncomfortable to switch, don't switch. Okay. Let's pick up a nice long spine again. Let's keep our head right here about in the center. The chin is a little bit dropped. You can tap your fingertips down on the earth. And then let's take our first inhale together. Inhale, reaching the arms up, stretch up here. Even feel your chest open here. Exhale, turn the palms down and float your arms down. So here's your chance right away to link breath with movement, to really feel that the inhale is when you draw your arms up, and the exhale is when you bring your arms down. Now, what's tricky about the breath, keep going. What's tricky about the breath and linking it with asana or the poses is that I teach a breath that goes from top to bottom, yet I'm always having you inhale and do the movement up. So it's a little bit tricky to remember the opposite, right? To remember the opposite. Okay. So bringing the arms up, let's keep them up here, stretch up here, reach up. If you want to clasp your hands, you can do that. You can even flip the clasp. If that's too much, just keep reaching. Have a little bit of space in between your hands. And then I want you to bring your hands and your arms back behind you a little bit. Lean back, so you kind of almost have to catch yourself here. Soften your elbows. Your hands can be on the earth. Lean back, and then take your heart space, your collarbones, your chest, and sort of press it up towards the sky. You can keep your chin down for a moment. Only if it feels okay on your neck, you can go ahead and do a little gaze up here. We don't ever want to drop the head back too far, but it does feel nice to open the throat. That's the throat chakra, that's your voice. Even move the jaw around a little bit. Feeling your heart space open even more here. We'll release this by sweeping the arms. Come on up and over. Reach your arms up, and then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to come forward. So come on forward, so soft and gentle. So coming forward, landing your hands down, softening your elbows. Now pull your chin in and open up the back of the neck, a little bit of a chin lock. And here, for some of us, we might need to do like a little bit of pulsing here. So a little bit of up and down, a little bit of pulsing, just having, again, the whole time we're practicing, we're just having the natural breath flow through us today. There'll be some poses where we will extend the exhale. Naturally, that's already happening for some of us. Okay, let's find stillness in this forward fold. Let the spine be really soft. It's okay to have a rounded spine. Take one more breath here, nice and quieting. The eyes can even be closed. Let's take an inhale. Exhale your breath out. When you inhale, let's reach the arms first. Lead with your arms, come all the way up, and then exhale the arms down. Okay, one more movement I want to give you here in your seat. Let's do a little subtle twist. Take your left hand and place it on the opposite knee. That'll be your right knee. Take the other hand on top. You can stack your hands. And then see if you can create a long spine here. Drop your chin a little bit. And what I want you to notice here today is, how does your breathing change when you throw your body in this little bit of a revolved pose? So a little bit of a subtle twist. The breath definitely feels different. So maybe you need to close your eyes and notice how your breath feels. I know for me, my breath sort of shortens a little bit whenever I go into a twist. So notice that. Take one more breath here. When you release it, let's inhale to come up. So reach the arms up. The breath fills our body. And then exhale, other side. So I'll take the right hand down, left hand over top. And here's the thing. Sometimes we go a little too far in these twists. We get like really excited. So if you've gone too far, you can kind of ease off a little bit and rotate back to the center a little bit, because the twists to be effective don't need to be huge. Just like this idea of, for our practice to be effective, it also does not have to be hugely physical. You know, the breathing is the big part, really. Close your eyes if you want to. Okay, one more breath. Inhale. Exhale the breath out. On your inhale, you are going to reach up one more time. Give a nice stretch up for yourself. Exhale, draw your exhale out and take the arms down. Let's take our time and move mindfully to tabletop on all fours on our mat. You might be someone who needs a blanket or something under your knees, so you could set that up for yourself on your mat. We are going to do a couple sequences on our knees, so to prep now might be a good idea for that. Okay, take your time, set your blanket up. We're all going to move here to tabletop. It's called Pittam in Sanskrit. I like to say it, Pittam. Okay, hands down, elbows are soft. You can be on the tops of your feet. You can even kind of tap into your feet a little bit. Let's pause here for a moment, and even here in this neutral shape in tabletop, feel your chest opening. So it's almost like this draw down to the earth with the chest, and then we'll begin to move. Inhale, curve your spine for the back bend and look forward. Exhale, pull the chin in and round the spine. Keep going. It's nice to close your eyes here. Sometimes we need to close the eyes to really tap into the breath, to really feel it flowing through our body. And you could even imagine the breath here flowing down and up your spine. So as you're breathing, you're sort of bathing your spine within this breath. Spine is such an important part of our practice. Really, all the poses revolve around the spine. What is the spine doing? Is it in a back bend, a forward bend? Is it twisting? Okay, finish off here. One more inhale, back bend. One more exhale. And then let's come back to neutral, pause. So I want to bring you down in child's pose today, but I want to bring you down where you keep your knees a little bit closer together. I know for myself and a lot of us, we open the knees really wide. So today, maybe try to keep the knees a little closer together. You might want to have a block. Bring your seat back. Reach your arms long. Child's pose, balasana. You can take a block and put it under your forehead. You can use your own body, your fist, to stack those to put your forehead down on. If that's even too low still, you could use a block and fists. There we go. You know, build it. But coming down into this really soft, restful child's pose, noticing how now your abdominal area is pressing down on your upper thighs. So notice how that restricts the breath a little bit. So we have to focus a little bit more on bringing in that inhale to be able to puff the belly out a little bit, and then letting the belly and the navel center come back and up when we exhale. I'm having you keep your thighs under your belly here just to maybe really be able to feel your abdominal area, how much it is involved with the breath. Okay, take one more breath here. Exhale your breath out. And when you inhale, you're going to come on up to tabletop, through tabletop, all the way to kneeling, all the way to kneeling. All right, I'm going to turn this way. So here what we're going to do is we're going to do a sequence where we bring the arms up for the inhale, but then for the exhale, we're going to drop down. If the floor ever feels like it's too far away when you do this sequence, because I do teach it a lot, you could put 2 blocks there. when you come down and tap your hands on the blocks, okay? We're not worrying about getting the forehead down on the earth. So the body is, we're kneeling. Make sure you have something under your knees if you need it. Let's begin together with the breath. Inhale, reaching the arms up, stretch up here. Try to keep your chin down. Exhale, fold forward into the forward fold, bringing the hands down as far as you can. Inhale, reaching all the way back up. Stay here, and then just exhale the arms down. Okay, that's the sequence. Let's do it together. Link your own breath here. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale with control. Inhale. Exhale the arms down. All right, now we have a little bit of flow moving through us, right? Our breath may be changed a little bit. We're going to do one more thing here from tabletop. So come on back to tabletop. If you have a couple blocks or even one block would work, you could put them near you. From tabletop, we're going to take this right leg and bring the right leg forward. So I'm in a low lunge. And I want you to decide here today how you want to build this. If you want to stay low, stay low. If you feel safe coming up, I'm going to invite you to come on up. And you can even then open your arms out to the sides here to really get a nice chest opener, okay? So try to avoid, just for today at least, this idea of really sinking down. Rather pull the body up a little bit, energy up, arms out, chest open. Trick here really is to have your gaze down at the earth at a spot for balance. Let's take one more breath together, okay? Inhale, chest opens. Exhale, release out of it. Take your time. Take that leg back. Roll your hips a little bit here. Back and forth. Okay, other side, and then we'll get up off of these knees. Let's take the left leg forward. Situate your feet. And then decide. You can still get the effectiveness of the pose down low, but if you want to come up, come on up. Open up the arms. And even though the arms are open and nice and wide and receiving here, they're very soft, right? We're not soldiers, but they're very soft. Okay, breathing here. Let's take one more breath together where we consciously open the arms a little bit more to open the chest. That's the inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down. Take your time, go back to tabletop. So let's move into our transition. I always like to give the option of doing down dog. If you do not practice down dog, you know that you can stand up for our standing practice in any way that feels safe to you. If you're practicing down dog, curl the toes, float the hips, nice soft knees, and then you can walk up. And you can decide how long you want to hang out in your down dog. We'll all take our time moving to our standing practice, standing on our mat. Okay. When you find yourself standing on your mat, make sure it's cleared off here. A little bit of space in between your feet. Let's just begin to rock back and forth on the feet, bringing the toes and the heels up a little bit. And know that you can always have a chair nearby if you want to hold on to something for balance, or the wall. Stop the movement here with your feet. Bring your hands to your hips and just get this feeling of rolling this pelvis a little bit forward and back. So softening the knees and sort of just bringing the hips forward and back here. It's kind of a funny movement, right? Like a slow dance. Make sure you're breathing. All right, now drop your arms, hands down to the sides here. We're going to be a little crazy today and go right into chair pose, Utkatasana, with the breath. Inhaling, reaching the arms up all the way up here, stretch up, bend the knees, sink the seat as far as you can to go into chair pose. Inhale, you'll come right back up. Exhale, float your arms down. Let's keep going. Really slow and with the breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the seat. Keep your gaze steady. Inhale, up. Exhale, arms down. Let's try it one more time together. Dynamic. Notice your breath. Keep your eyes open. Inhale. Exhale, drop the seat for your little imaginary seat behind you. Inhale is the up. Exhale, arms down. So decide how you want to have your arms for the hold. You can keep them up or you can bring them to heart center. Why don't you decide? Inhale, place your arms where you need them. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the seat. We'll hold for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1. On the next inhale, go ahead and reach up, stretch up. Exhale the arms down. Okay, right out of the gate, right? Okay, let's go ahead and if we have a strap, I want to show you what you could do for this next movement. You could use it to bring your hands back behind your back, especially if they don't meet back there. If you don't have a strap and you can bring your hands back and clasp them, we can go ahead and do that, okay? So let's have a little bit of space in between our feet. My arms and my hands are behind my back and they're clasped, or you can have a strap. Here, just be still for a moment, soft knees, and notice your chest opening here. Notice the chest opening here. Breathe here. Okay, I'm going to invite you to come halfway forward here. If this feels okay, you can rest your hands on your lower back. When you exhale, and the next time you exhale, come halfway forward, pull your chin in, nice long spine. The cat wants to do yoga. And then we'll inhale and slowly come up. Keep your gaze down on the earth. Open the chest, even maybe pull your hands away. Exhale, release your arms. And that's a big opening. So maybe you want to swing them back and forth a little bit here. I even like to, after a movement like that, I like to hug a little bit here. Okay, now just bring your arms down to your sides and feel spacious in the chest, in the heart space, in the throat. That was a big opening. Okay, for this next pose I want to teach you, I'm going to grab a block. You might want to have 1 or 2. We're going to come to the right side of our mat. We're going to go ahead and open up, take a big step with this left leg here. So here's a little trick you can do for yourself. You can either put a chair in front of you, you can put 2 blocks down, you can stack your blocks, or just 1 block, or maybe you're practicing by going all the way down to the ground. But I do want to tell you today that this is a standing twist. Standing twist to the center. Sometimes we go to our foot. Today we're going to go to the center. Let's start together here. Get your props set up. Inhaling, arms up to shoulder height. We're going to go down to the right first. We're going to go down to the right. That means you take your left hand down, reach your right arm up. Your gaze is to the side or up. On your next inhale, look down, rise up. Exhale the arms down. Let's try the other side. We'll alternate back and forth and we don't have to move the blocks. Inhaling, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, revolve and move into the twist. Right arm down, left arm up. On your next inhale, look down. Keep your gaze there. Rise up. Exhale the arms down. Let's keep going. We're going to go back to the right side. Inhale. Exhale, we move into the twist. Inhale, look down. Rise up. Exhale the arms down. Other side, and then we're going to do our holds. Inhale. Exhale, move into the revolved shape. Really reach that top arm up. Inhale, look down. Rise up with control. Exhale the arms down. All right, soften here for a moment, especially if you need to adjust your feet a little bit. Maybe bend your knees. Okay, we're going to go in for the hold. We're going to add a couple extra breaths. So I want you to make sure your prop is stable, sturdy. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale to the right. Come on down. Reach your left arm up. Fix your gaze. Go to your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale here. Look down at your inhale, rise up, and even here, open your arms a little bit more. Exhale the arms down. Pause, soften your whole body, maybe bend your knees and move your feet a little bit. Last movement, hold on the left side. Inhaling, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, we twist and come down safely to our level. You can even adjust your props if you want to. Go to your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Take your time. Exhale. Inhale, look down, get your gaze, then come up. Even if you have to add an extra breath, exhale the arms down. Okay, let's step back to the right side of our mat. Let your hips close off. Let's move these props out of the way. We don't need them right now. And just stand on your mat, an even standing pose, and really, truly notice how you feel. Notice your breath, notice your body, notice your mind. All right, now with the legs closer together, a little bit of a balance practice with dynamic Tadasana. You can bring the heels up if you want to try that. We're going to bring the arms up today as well. Inhale, reaching the arms up and the heels up, stretch up. Keep your gaze on the earth. Exhale, arms down, heels down. So see how slow and steady you can flow with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's try to hold it. You might not be able to have the heels up. Sometimes I got to drop my heels. Let's see how we feel. Inhale up, arms up, heels up. See if you can keep everything up. Stay here. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, and really draw your exhale out, especially when we want to go fast. Take it slow. Exhale the arms down. Shake your feet off a little bit here. That's a lot on your feet. Those back muscles and our ankles tighten up whenever we have the heels up like that, and we feel it in our calves. We're going to come to the back of the mat. Last week, we practiced Warrior One from the front of the mat. This week, we're going to go back to the back of the mat, which is the way I like to teach it. Pausing here at the back of your mat, let's take this right leg and send it forward. Right leg forward, left leg back. We want to make sure we open up our legs so we have good balance here. The back foot is at an angle, the body comes back to center. For today, we're going to do it a little different. We're going to hold the bent front knee. We're not going to come in and out of it. The only thing that's going to move today are going to be our arms. Ready? Arms down to the sides. Inhaling, bend into your front knee for Warrior One. Reach your arms up. Stay here. Don't move your legs. Exhale the arms down. Nice and slow, please. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Keep your focus. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down and straighten the leg. Pause here for a moment. Step back to the back of your mat. Release that pose from your body. Soften your legs a little bit. See how you feel. So a little bit more challenging to hold the front knee bent. So maybe when you go into the bent front knee, you don't go in as deep, okay? Left leg forward from the back of the mat. Right leg stays back. Bring your body back to center. You can lean, you can kind of hinge the hips a little bit and lean forward, especially if you feel this in your lower back a lot. Okay, remember, we're going to go inhale. We're going to go into the pose. We're going to reach our arms up on the inhale. Feel your chest open here. So keep your legs, just the arms. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, really expressive here. Exhale down, release the front leg. Step the legs together, however feels safest for you, and then arrive with the legs back together. All right, release the pose out of your body here, kind of shake it off a little bit. We're going to move into what's called Uttanasana, which is standing forward fold. So again, you can use blocks if you want to. You can put a block in front of you to have something to come down on. You can have a chair in front of you or nothing. Standing here with a little bit of space in between the feet. Let's go into it with really bent knees. Inhale, reaching your arms up, please. Stretch up. Soften your knees. Exhale, fold forward. Let your whole exhale out. Inhale, rise up and lead with your arms, even maybe a little bit of a back bend. Exhale the arms down. So go with your own breath. It might be different than my cueing. Inhale, arms reach up, stretch up. Soften your knees. Exhale, fold forward. Really feel it here in the spine. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale the arms down. Okay, I want to give you a hold here. It'll be a nice inversion for us. So make sure your props are steady. Inhale, your arms reach up. Exhale, we fold forward. Nice, generous bent knees. Adjust your prop if you need. Pull your chin in. Crown of the head is going down towards the earth. You can play around with your legs a little bit if you want to straighten them. Let's take one more breath together. Inhale. Exhale your breath out. Inhale, keep your gaze on the earth. And so slow, lead with the arms to come up. Exhale the arms down. Nice. Pause here for a moment. Let the arms come down here. Breathe here. Okay. I have the lower half of the practice planned down here on the mat a little bit lower. So we're going to work our way down there. We're going to come to the top of the mat. Find this even, equal standing pose. Just pause for a moment and see how you feel. Inhale, reach your arms up, stretch up. Soften the knees. Exhale, fold forward. And I'm going to give you transition options. You can walk back to down dog carefully. You can come to tabletop. Why don't you do what feels best for you? We are all going to meet in tabletop shape here. So if you're in down dog, hanging out and feels good and you're breathing, stay there for a couple breaths. No need to rush. We have plenty of time. We will all meet in tabletop. And again, when you come down to tabletop, I do want to mention that if you want to put a blanket under your knees, I have a couple sequences planned here for you. So you might want to put a blanket under your knees. Set yourself up. Let's all meet here. Soften the elbows. And let's go into cat-cow with the exhale now being the child's pose shape. Inhale, curve your spine for the back bend, look forward. Exhale, begin to round the spine and drop back to child's pose. Inhale, float up here, back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, back bend with the option to close the eyes always when you're down low to really turn off that sense. And then last one, we're going to come up for the inhale together, really open up the chest, come back to child's pose, and then stay here. So for this child's pose, if you want to, open up your knees a little bit, okay? For this child's pose, maybe open up your knees a little bit. Let your body drop down. Now you can feel if your knees are open, you can feel your belly sort of dropping down in between your inner thighs. Set up the upper body with your fists or a block to have your forehead down. Notice your hips, notice your upper back. So we not only breathe into the front body, but the back body as well. This area we can call the back lungs. Feeling the back body expand with your inhale. Okay, let's float ourselves up to tabletop. From tabletop, right to kneeling again. So I'm going to give you this next movement where we're going to wrap one arm back behind us. We're going to wrap the right arm first. If it's too much to bring it back behind you, just put it to your hip, okay? Wrapping the right arm back behind you here. We're going to inhale and reach the opposite arm, the left arm up here, opening the whole left side of the body. Let's inhale here. Exhale, start to fold forward as far as you can, reaching with the arm. Maybe you can get the pinky all the way down. Inhaling, come back up, nice and slow and controlled. Take your time. Same movement, same arms. Down with the left arm. Last time, inhale up, release the other arm, reach up. Exhale the arms down. Okay, let the shoulders pause for a moment, let them rest. Take your left arm, you're either here on the hip, or if you can, wrap it back. So even when you do this, feel the shoulder, the chest, especially the left side of the chest, open here. Keep your chin down. Inhale the opposite arm up, please. And let's not rush into it, but let's feel this right side of the body open. Feel it open here. Breathe into that. And now we flow. Inhale, reach up with the fingertips. Exhale, come forward only as far as you can, as far as feels comfortable for you. Inhale, coming up. If you can tap that pinky side of the hand down, go ahead and try it. Tap down. Last one. Inhale up. I really want you to reach up, stretch up, release the other arm. Exhale the arms down. Nice. Roll your shoulders if you need to here. And even let's take the right arm and bring it across. We all know this stretch, right? Take the left arm, bring it across. That feels good. Okay, we're going to come back onto our backs. Let's give these knees a break. So come on back to your back. Make sure your mat is cleared off, please. We're going to have an opportunity in this next sequence to really practice our pranayama with poses, with an asana pose. And that's going to be the pose of dynamic bridge. Before you come back, I want to tell you quick, make sure you have a block nearby, okay? Make sure your block or your cushion is nearby. Let's come on back. Let your body settle down into the earth. Let your shoulder blades drop. And when that happens, the chest opens. Let's move the arms out away from the body and let's put our palms down. A little bit of grounding here. Whenever the palms are down, it's very grounding. The feet are on the earth. If you can, I want you to walk your feet a little bit closer to your seat. So maybe like one step closer, a little bit of space in between the feet. When you go into dynamic bridge today, I want you to more so not think about that the hips are going so high, but more think about the pose opening the chest, okay? Let's see how that feels. Inhale, press your feet into the earth and bring the hips up as the chest rocks back towards the chin. Exhale, drop down. Go with your own breath, keep going. The inhale is when your hips go up and your spine goes in a back bend. And the exhale is when you float down. And really notice and see how you feel here. See if the height that you're bringing the hips is okay for you. All right, we're going to come up one more time dynamically. Let's all drop our hips together. Let's all meet here lying on our backs with the hips down. Just pause for a moment. We're going to do this next one, drawing out the breath. We'll do it 2 times. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try it again. Same thing. Inhale, hips go up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, relax, watch your jaw, your throat soften. Hug the knees into the body, please. This is Apanasana. And a little bit of rolling on the spine if that feels good, okay? Okay, feet down. We find or locate our block or cushion, and we're going to sneak it under our lower back. A little bit of fiddling there, right, to get it just right. You could put a pillow there too. You could even put a folded blanket. Let's again take the arms out, palms down. Relax your face. Just feel into this restorative bridge. So now you're not really having to do much here as far as effort, but the body is naturally accepting this curve of the spine with the hips elevated. Still energetic. It's a back bend. Okay, right leg floats up one at a time. Left leg goes to meet it. This is a safe and supported way to do shoulder stand. Breathe here. And I want your feet to be relaxed. And I want you to know that you're deciding, how straight you want to make your legs. If you want to keep your knees a little more bent, definitely do that. But if you want to get a little bigger opening in your hamstrings, straighten your legs a little more. Even so, bring your legs a little closer to your upper body. You'll feel it there. Otherwise, if you don't want it to be so intense, take the legs away from the body a little bit. That goes into your abdominal area more. Okay, you can close your eyes, relax your face. Feel that kind of reversal of flow from the feet all the way down to the hips, which are grounded on your prop. Feel the chest open as the shoulders relax. Like I just noticed my shoulders were not relaxed. So relax your shoulders. Let's take our time and take 1 foot down at a time to be safe about it. Let's lift the hips up to slide the prop out. Hug your knees into your body, please. Apanasana. Okay, I want to give you a little transition option again to kind of go to the next pose, the next sequence. So if you're comfortable just rolling over onto your belly, I'm going to bring you all the way onto your bellies. If you want to sit up, that's what I'm going to do. You can sit up and take your time and come down onto your bellies, okay? But if you want to roll over and it feels fun, do that. Okay, let's come onto our bellies. Always feels good. Elbows out, hands are stacked. And I want you to bring your head down. And just lie on your belly here. And I want you to feel the breath now down on the belly here. So the belly's down on the earth. I want you to notice now as you're pressed on the belly here, how your breath feels. Okay, let's go into some back bending here. Let's be aware that we want to keep our navel center down on the earth. Putting the hands under the shoulders, elbows are in, dynamic cobra. Inhaling, pressing up here for the back bend. Exhale, come down. Keep your gaze down the earth. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, down. Keep going. When we keep that navel center down, we really protect our backs here. We don't go too high. Okay, one more. Let's come down and rest for a moment. Come on down. Stack your hands, elbows out. Turn your head maybe to the other side if that feels okay. Okay, I want to give you a choice for this next one. You can bring your arms and your hands into Sphinx position, which is this number 11. They're down on the earth like this. I've been practicing this way lately, and I wanted to share it with you. You could walk your hands out a little further. Chin down, chest down here. And on the inhale, either coming up to Sphinx or coming up with the hands in front of you. This is a very yin-ish type pose. Forget the name of it in yin. Drop your chin here. Feel the back bend. The navel center stays down. The arms are getting strengthening here. If it's too much, you can move out of it, right? You can go to Sphinx. But if you want to try it, see what it feels like. Breathe here and then lower down. Stack your hands and take your elbows out. You can even bring your feet up and sway your feet back and forth. All right, we have to counter all those back bends. So work your way through tabletop, come into child's pose. Counter that back bend. You choose knees together or open. It's really your personal preference here. Let the forehead come down on a prop or the hands. Let your spine be rounded in a forward fold, very quieting, countering the cobra pose. So we always counter a back bend with a forward fold. Give yourself one more breath here, nice and long. Draw out your exhale, and then I want you to come up to your seat, arrive to seated posture. And if you did have that strap nearby, you might want to use it today for your seated poses. It's up to you. Okay, legs are out in front. We're kind of rolling back and forth on the sit bones here. Let's find stillness here for a moment. Doing a little bit of a different forward fold today. I want you to take your right leg and bend the knee and bring the foot flat. We're going to open this up a little bit. So we're going to kind of heel toe the foot open so we can reach on the inside. So do you see how I'm reaching on the inside? My right leg is on the outside of the right shoulder. Okay. So yes, if you want to put the strap here, you could do that. Let's do dynamic first. Walk your foot out a little bit, your right foot. Inhale, reaching the arms up on the inside of that bent leg. Exhale, just folding forward a little bit to see how it feels. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming up one more time. Exhale, folding forward one more time. Okay, let's talk about this for a minute. Come on up. Let your arms come down. This knee wants to go like this. See if you can keep the knee facing the sky. Bring the body to center. Your strap is here if you want to use it. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Come on down. So this is a big one. So if you want to walk the foot out a little bit, look, you can walk your foot out a little bit. Big, big hip opener. Yes? You can see it in my face. Chin down. Let's try not to crunch the back of the neck. Okay, one more breath. Inhale. Exhale your breath out. Our right hip is talking to us. Mine is reach your arms up, release your arms down, and let's let that leg release. So this feels different because we don't practice this seated pose that much. Rub into your legs, okay? Okay, let's shift to the other side. Let's bend into this left leg. And what I find to be a little more comfortable is if I heel toe my left foot out a little bit and I create a little bit more space for myself to reach. You don't have to go down really deep. You can just go a little bit here. Okay, let's go into it with the breath. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhale, tip a little bit forward. And you'll already feel that in the left hip. Inhale up. Exhale, tipping a little forward. Inhale up, nice and soft. Watch that knee, that left knee, tip forward. Okay, now for the hold, what I notice is I might have to move my foot out a little bit further for the hold. Have your strap if you want to. You don't have to. You can just gently come forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Holding the strap, maybe your foot. Pulling the chin in, opening the back of the neck, softening the spine, breathing into that left hip. Try not to hold the pose in your face. I know because I do it. Breathe here. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale your breath out. Reach with your arms to lead yourself with the inhale. And then it feels good. Let's release this left leg out. Woo. I don't know. I must have shoveled too much. Okay. Legs are a little open. And then I just want you to kind of roll your feet back and forth. Like your feet are waving. Okay. Let's let the legs release. Let's bring them together a little bit here. Again, last movement here before we move on to the next pose is that if you want to have the strap here behind the feet, you can. We're going to move into seated forward fold. We're just going to go into it with one breath. It's going to be very, very soft and restorative. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Maybe you have your strap. Maybe you have your block. Feels nice under the forehead. Maybe you have both, right? All the support we can get. Okay, coming down into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, using the breath to soften the pose. So not so much using the breath to get deeper. That's not our main goal. using the breath to soften the pose, soften the body. With the consistency of our practice will naturally change, but we have to link these poses with our breath. We have to let the breath assist us here. Okay, on the next inhale, you're going to go ahead and reach up. Come on up, release the abdominals, let the chest open. Good morning. Exhale the arms down. Okay. From here, I want to find our most comfortable seat for our simple pranayama practice. So the only thing that I really encourage when I teach pranayama is that you have a nice straight spine. You can sit in a chair, you can sit on a cushion, you can sit on a block. Your legs can be however. But when we have, like I said in the beginning, when we have this straight spine, it opens up the lungs. Let's go ahead and rest our hands down here. Your chin is just a little bit dropped, just a little bit. And you can certainly close your eyes. Just listen for a moment. I'm going to do a 4-count breath for you, just as your even breath. And then you're going to add 1 second each time on the exhale. If it ever feels like too much for you, I want you to just go back to an even breath, okay? But let's try it today and see how we feel. Relax your shoulders, pick up a nice long spine, close the eyes and have the focus be at the tip of the nose. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to drop it. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to your natural breath. No more counting. Notice how you feel. Keeping the focus on the tip of the nose. Maybe naturally feeling that your exhale is a little longer now. And then taking your time and setting up yourself for your most comfortable Shavasana. That might mean you have to locate your bolster or a blanket. If you want to find a cushion to put a little bit of weight on your center, that always feels really nice. So we've done a lot today, a lot of deep opening. So really letting your body accept this moment of rest, putting socks on if you need. I always forget to bring my socks. Coming down onto your back. If you feel comfortable doing that, you could always sit in a chair for rest or just even sit against a wall. And letting your body settle down into the earth, getting your last little wiggles out, closing your eyes or covering your eyes with something, returning to your natural breath and letting your breath guide you into Shavasana today. Feeling it come from that heart space and settling in here for full rest. I'll be here and I will quietly bring you out in the end. Our breath is constantly rising and falling, ebbing and flowing, entering and leaving our bodies. Full body breathing is an extraordinary symphony of both powerful and subtle movements that massage our internal organs, oscillate our joints, and alternately tone and release all the muscles in the body. It is a full participation in life. A full participation in life. I love that. All right, let's start to wiggle our toes and move our fingers. You can reach your arms back behind your head and give your body a nice opening here. Take a deep breath here if you want to. And then if it feels good to you, hug your knees into your body and then carefully roll to your side. Let's come all of us up to seated together if we aren't already there. We'll seal in the practice together as community. The mudra I'd love to practice all month is called Padma Mudra. It's when you take your hands just in prayer right in front of your lungs here, right in front of your chest. And then you open the fingers up and you keep the pinkies and the thumbs together. It creates like a lotus flower. Yes. So you hold that right in front of your chest. That's called Padma. Padma means lotus. Padma Mudra. And it really focuses the attention to the lungs and the chest area. Okay, let's close our eyes. If you feel comfortable doing that, close your eyes. Just pick up a moment of silence here with your mudra. Notice how you feel. Notice your breath, our wonderful breath. Take a nice big inhale and let your breath flow out of you. Ah, sounds good. I heard it. Thank you, everyone. The sun is shining.